Some people, I guess, want to get tattoos because they want to collect art and stuff like that, or different artists' work, or maybe just one artist's work, and other people get tattoos because they look cool. But from my perspective, it's definitely more of collecting art and looking how you want to look.
The traditional attitude towards tattooing is changing. Now people want to collect it as art, using their body as a canvas. She's the artist behind Miss Kimberley Tattoos. She spent over 100 hours building on her thigh pieces, sleeves and chest piece. This is Kimberley Purton.
I had my knuckles done. I got them not that long after I started tattooing, and it says peekaboo. I just thought it was funny. That's pretty much the meaning behind it, because most people get knuckle tattoos that are real serious or have lots of meaning. So I was like, nah, it's funnier when you see peekaboo.
The 23-year-old is a trained tattoo artist working at Epic Ink. Her work is unique. She specialises in portrait and realism tattooing. But is it art?
Yeah, I do believe it is like a valid form of art. A lot of people don't see it that way, but I reckon it definitely is, because people have put their time into it and worked hard on trying to design it, and then physically putting it onto the skin. That's an art form anyway, because they're actually physically doing it themselves and then making art on somebody else's body.
I came from Auckland to get Kimberley to do my work because you just can't get that in Auckland, and I love the fact that she's a woman in the industry who's really talented.
And that's what I found was quite good with Kimberley. All I had to say was like what I wanted, and she just knew straight away and made it her own, which was my art.
Well, I think it's good to be able to show off what you've got and sort of thing.
You got a piece of art in your house, that's nice, but you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you forever. Where if it's on your body, it's going to be there longer than you are. It's going to last longer than anything else in your life. You've got it for life, that's it. You're not getting rid of it.
These four have all been tattooed by Kimberley. But today, Jessie is getting her first portrait tattoo.
So how are you feeling, Jessie? Pretty excited. Yeah. What's going through your mind? A little bit nervous, but I'm excited to see the finished product, so it's good.
So you've got high expectations for it?
Yeah. Her portrait pictures are really great, so I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to have one of my own.
She's adding Jean Tierney to the art collection.
She's like a movie star from Hollywood, way back in the day. But it's sort of the whole, I love vintage inspired things. So I've got like teapot tattoos and just things like that. So it's sort of all together for me.
Starting with a stencil to get the proportions right.
So we just draw over the image and it kind of imprints on the back, and that's what gets transferred onto the client's skin, and that's what we go off.
This process of working with Kimberley from sketch to ink keeps Jessie and Matt coming back for more.
It definitely helps having someone who's interested in what they're doing.
Over the decades, art has been seen as something that hangs on a wall. So does that make us a human canvas? And is it any less of an art form?
No, it's exactly the same. Art can be anything, really. So if somebody would look at this and consider it art, but would look at a tattoo and not consider it art, I don't really understand how you get to that conclusion, really. If you're an artist, you're an artist. If you can draw, you can draw. So if someone can look at this and they can't draw and they couldn't do that and they consider that art, and they can look at a tattoo and could they do that tattoo?
Like them or loathe them, Kiwis are inking up like never before. New Zealand is the most tattooed nation per capita in the world. 1 in 5 Kiwis are tattooed, so 27% of adults have a tattoo of some form.
My mum at first, she was not happy with it, and she's still sort of like, oh, just make sure you don't get them in everywhere. But she's actually warming up to them because she knows that I'm not getting horrible tattoos.
My mum hates them. When I first got them, she didn't talk to me for a month. Like my mum, when I first got my first tattoo, she was like, you'll get 3 tattoos and then you'll go to jail. I was like, yeah, it's just going to happen. I've got 5 still not in jail, man.
I mean, the older generation, I think, still scared by it, but you know, it's so up and coming. Everyone my age, when we're older, will all have them, so it's just going to be part of the background, you know, people just have tattoos.
A tattooist's needle can puncture the skin up to 3,000 times per minute, injecting industrial strength ink deep into the dermis.
Oh, I'm not too fast, it's okay. I just get quite twitchy in some places. Yeah, that's why Matt's holding me down.
Five hours later, and Jessie's putting on a brave face while the highlights are added. Kimberley's final touch.
White is white, and if you put it in first, it'll get stained with black if you go over it. But you see it gets a little bit bloody sometimes, which kind of affects the way it looks for a couple of days, but when it heals, it's just bright white again.
At the end of the day, they enjoy the experience of being tattooed by Kimberley, knowing they'll keep her artwork forever.
She's gorgeous and she's talented, so why not have a beautiful woman like Kimberley tattoo you?
She's like a perfectionist. My one took like 4.5 hours, but she's like, she won't let you leave until it's perfect.
Perfect for now, but there's that one question everyone asks.
Oh, it's usually the what's it going to look like when you're old and wrinkly, and I'm not so worried about being old and wrinkly and having tattoos on my skin because I'm going to be wrinkly, so I might as well have cool patches on it.
Jessie's ink will stay with her, growing old together, embracing Kimberley Purton's art where everyone can see it.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what happened today. I really love the art that I have on me. Kimberley did a really good job with the picture that she had, and she pretty much did the exact same picture that was on paper.
You get to this point and yeah, you have to get it as right as possible. You've only got one shot to get it right. If you screw it up, that's it. It's over. So yeah, there's a huge amount of pressure just in this job in general, really.